Hello, everyone. My name is Anna with Akashic Awakening, and I am channeling the Dragons of Arcturus today, as well as the Council of Arcturus, on messages of multi-dimensionality and the highest timeline. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. This can be a very complex topic and discussion to have. So we recommend that you anchor yourself with and through your breath throughout the entire practice, breathing deeply through your nose and out through the mouth. And using the breath to anchor yourself into the present moment, into spatial awareness, into multidimensional awareness, to help yourself breathe past limitations, to breathe past forgetfulness, resistance to what was once known, and simply letting the words and the energies that flow through in this message and this activation to be what they are, and to be what is needed for you at this time. You do not need to perfect these lessons, to refine these topics to their highest understanding in order to benefit from these energies today. You are a multi-dimensional being, and the frequency that we hope to anchor and restore here today is that of power, sovereignty, and personal remembrance. Multi-dimensionality in the creation of multiple realms, multiple realities, multiple timelines is your divine inheritance. There are many misconceptions when it comes to creation that we hope to begin to clarify today. Oftentimes, from the human perspective, Source or the divine is seen as the creator, the only creator, and we, with time, begin to see ourselves as creator beings in the sense that we are creating our own realities, magnetizing desired frequencies, desired experiences, desired lessons and outcomes. But there is a far bigger aspect to your level of personal creation than you may realize. You are simultaneously projecting yourself through infinite timelines, infinite worlds, infinite creations. Your soul is experiencing everything that it can and wants to all at one time. It is all unfolding at one time. And so you might hear theories of this as the multiverse, as different timelines. And you might see those other versions of you as other versions of you. You may not personally relate to them or identify as them simply because of the illusion of distance in perception. But they are you, fractals of your oversoul and your soul, split into infinite timelines and infinite creations. Need to go deeper. Source consciousness seeks to explore and experience itself, to explore and experience its own infinite nature. And so how was this pursued? How was the pursuit of this accomplished? Was the fractalization into many unique pieces of the whole, many unique sparks of source that animate each of us, that are each of our souls and our oversouls, our unique fractals of energy, the unique archetypes and energies and histories and frequencies that we carry, unique to our soul, unique to the infinite nature of source that we have fractalized from. And so from our soul, as a fractal of source consciousness who seeks to experience itself, we also are in this same pursuit of self, to experience the bounds, the limitlessness of ourself. How much can we create? How much can we grow? How far can we stretch our wings and expand our frequency and shine our light? And so in the process of this multi-dimensional expression of self, we project ourselves across infinite realities, infinite timelines, infinite universes. And it is all you. And that is why it is commonly known in the multiversal theory that each universe can be unique to itself. It can be largely similar with small differences. And this is the experimentation of the soul in small variables and small fractals of self-expression and refining what it is the soul wants. Because the soul wants to experience itself, it wants to experience its infinite and limitless potential. But what is it within that infinite potential that the soul is hoping to seek, hoping to find, hoping to live and experience? What is the pearl of wisdom? What is the medicine? What is the energy? What is the answer? And so your soul projects itself in such infinite and multidimensional ways in search of that answer. And that is why there are minor refinements from one self to the next, like variables that change in a scientific experiment, seeking a desired outcome. And although you may not personally identify with these other versions of you, they are in fact you. They are fractals of your soul and your oversoul, projected through time and space and possibility, through spatial geometry and creation. And although you may not personally identify with all of these energies, you are actively controlling and interacting with all of them. Maybe not the sense of control in a human sense, where we are pulling the puppet strings on all of them actively, but they are you, like different cells in your body that collaborate with each other despite being different and separate. They seamlessly coordinate with each other to make a perfect whole. And so are the fractals of you and your soul working together to create a perfect whole. And so as you go through life and you reflect on what it is you do and you don't want, you are collapsing timelines of fruitless pursuits. So as you go through your life and you have versions of yourself who are seeking different experiences and living different lifestyles through all of these different realities and timelines, through these various lessons, you begin to learn what it is you do and don't want. Negative experiences are just as fruitful of teachers as positive ones in the refinement of what our soul is seeking, what our soul is searching for. And when you have a negative experience, it is very easy to realize that's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm seeking. And so in the rebuking of those timelines, in the rebuking of those energies, not in a spiritual bypassing sense, but in a, nah, that's not for me, you collapse those timelines. And belief in yourself and belief in your capability to collapse timelines is what allows that process to happen more fruitfully. And when you align and realize what it is you do want, what you do want to experience, you begin to magnetize yourself to it and pull yourself through it through time and space and timeline and creation. You start to magnetize yourself to the infinite potentials, the infinite timelines that are in alignment with those choices, those energies, those frequencies. And through this process of gradual alignment, you are refining your highest timeline because you are actively deciding what your highest timeline is to you and what that means for you. Because in any given moment, we are creating based on what we want. And sometimes this can be a subliminal want, a soul level want, to learn something, to remember something, to grow stronger. When you are manifesting your highest timeline, you are manifesting your highest self. And sometimes that will come through in the method of lessons, in the method of hardships, because it is the refinement of your soul. It is the recipe, the alchemy for the remembrance of your soul specifically. We've said it before and we will say it again, that what you struggle with the most is what you are here to excel at. If easier methods of manifestation worked for you, you would never dive deeper into creation, into sacred geometry, into higher dimensions, whatever it is that your soul finds specific and special refinement through. If the surface level subjects were easy and flowing, then you would have no need to dive deeper. And maybe you can see that reflected in your life. Can you take a moment to reflect on the things and the aspects that come easy to you? And how easy is it to take the things that come easy for you for granted, just because they are an effortless extension of you, an effortless part of your life? That when things are easy, they are often shallow. And there is no difficulty, there's no problem with that. We are not meant to be infinitely black hole deep on all subjects and all theories and all frequencies. You are meant to have a general understanding of most, if not all, things, but your soul is designed to go very, very deep on specific and refined topics and frequencies. And so where you struggle is where you are forced to look deeper. And that is the medicine. That is you manifesting your highest timeline, because you are demanding that your highest self be present. You are demanding that your highest form be manifest and lived. And so in that refinement, in that calling forward of the highest self, you will be forced to remember. And along this process, you are the one who can control how those lessons are taught. If you have learned lessons many difficult ways, then you can say, I don't want to learn lessons like that anymore. I want to learn it easier or slower or more gradually. Whatever it might be, whatever it is that your soul needs at any given time, you have the full right to request. And we do want to clarify, it's not a request at the end of the day. It is not you putting in your 2 cents with a source consciousness and hoping that your prayers are answered, hoping that your wish is fulfilled. You are the fulfiller of your own wishes. You are the creator of your own timelines. You are given full sovereignty, full authority over your creations. And there are rules like free will and the interruption of free will and the treatment of other souls and the highest good of all that factor into these levels of creation when we are coming into collective spheres. But largely overall, you are existing in your own reality. And that reality is entangled with the realities of other creators, of other beings. But you are not living any life other than your own. You might feel responsible for lives outside of your own, but you are only ever living your own life. And so when you begin to see yourself as this multi-dimensional expression, this fractalization of your oversoul, through infinite timelines and infinite realities, you can start to see that your soul is searching for something deeper. And what your soul is searching for is your life's work, your life's purpose, across many different incarnations and expressions, incarnate and disincarnate. And your highest timeline is, in a way, yet to be discovered, still being created, still being refined. And in the infinite sense that all that ever will exist does exist, it already does exist. There is a version of you who is already fulfilling that role, living that frequency, guiding and beckoning you forward. And rather than seeing it as linear, where you are walking down one path and then maybe you switch to another or another, it is rather that time and space and reality bends and warps around your soul, that your path is similar to a wormhole through space and time, where your highest timeline, your highest self, your highest good is on one end of the wormhole, and you are walking through that wormhole to reach that point, to accomplish that frequency. Because that soul evolution is your destiny, it is inevitable. You becoming your highest self, living your highest timeline, it is inevitable. And everything else is a process of reaching it. But we do not want to forget the magic that is in the journey itself, the beauty of the day by day, the beauty in the step by step, that it is not always the end that is most important, or the end that has the most value. Energies are infinite. Creation is infinite. So we implore you to enjoy the process, to enjoy the journey. We implore you to subconsciously and cellularly remember your multidimensionality, to remember that you are expressing yourself through infinite timelines and possibilities, that you are simultaneously experiencing all of them, and that you are free to choose. You're free to choose. And if you have a part of you who does not feel free to choose, then we have an activation for you. So without further ado, we're going to get into the activation. We welcome you to get into a comfortable position if you are not already. Close your eyes, relax your body, and take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And the energies of this message of the Dragons of Arcturus are already active in your field. So we welcome you to direct your breath into your cells. Imagine that on your inhales, you are breathing into every cell in your body. The Dragons of Arcturus are protecting your energetic field, and you can call in your own protection additionally if you would like to. They are protecting this collective field that we are all meditating within and tuning into, filled with the frequencies of this message and the invitation to go even deeper with these words, with these energies, through your own internal process and meditation. On your inhales, breathing in this frequency, breathing in the frequency of multidimensionality, breathing the frequency of the Dragons of Arcturus into every cell of your body. Breathing the remembrance of sovereignty and personal power, personal creation into every cell in your body. every atom of your being, and feel or visualize or imagine that every cell, every atom is vibrating and coming alive with this frequency. And you might see them shaking or twirling and spinning. And as your energy is moving, it is shaking off the old. It is shaking off lower vibrational systems, lower vibrational realities, upgrading your nervous system, all of your bodily systems, all of your energetic systems to the highest frequency, to the highest good, to the highest vibration. And feel these energies vibrating through your body, through your energy, through your system, top to bottom, bottom to top, any which way, clearing the way as they do. Remembering to breathe through it. You can bring light movement to the body if that feels right, or allow it to be solely visual. Ooh. Ooh. Feeling the frequencies of multidimensionality coming alive within all of your cells, all of your atoms. Sensing how the electrons of each atom, of each cell, of every part of your body are zipping in and out of the quantum realm, in and out of physical existence, constantly refreshing themselves, bringing through new energy, new vitality. Every millisecond and even smaller fractals of time beyond that are a constant portal of renewal and refreshment. Cellular connection to the quantum realms. Feel these waves of quantum energy, quantum connection, rolling through your body in waves. Do you remember? Do you see? Release deeply on your next exhale and go even deeper. Surrender even deeper into this awareness, into this quantum presence, into your quantum soul truth. Ishrir anuaki kai. Ratin amir au. If your attention or your awareness is fading in and out, that's perfectly fine. That is an expression of multidimensionality and not a reflection of lack. So we invite you to now focus on the multidimensionality of your nature. You might feel your atoms or your cells vibrating and splitting off into 2 and 3 and 4 into fractals of the whole. You might see yourself projecting from the quantum through many different dimensions, realms, timelines, realities, universes. You might sense more than one current incarnation. Raki, unakai, rahimawa, unata. Asia. Krai kiresia. Kurna. Kraisi. Kawawin. 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 Either holding or attempting to hold this feeling of multidimensional presence and multidimensional awareness through your consciousness, through the sensations of your cells and your body and your energy. Beginning to sense the truth of your infinite nature. Experiencing how the electrons of your atoms are constantly zipping in and out of the quantum, meeting the aspect of your soul, your oversoul, your consciousness that resides within the quantum realm and projects itself into infinite realities, infinite creations and beings and bodies and souls. Your electrons are constantly communing with your oversoul, constantly revisiting your hopes, your dreams, your highest vibration, constantly relaying the truth that you are vibrating as in any given moment. And this is reflected to you through your reality. In your body, if you are vibrating in the frequency of sadness, the electrons, carriers of this message, bring this to your oversoul and then bring this frequency back with their return through the projection of your reality. And that is why you can so instantly and quickly shift your reality, is with this transmission of your electrons between here and quantum, between this self and the oversoul self. So when you vibrate in happiness, in love, in joy, in abundance, in higher frequencies, your electrons are carriers of this message, bringing it to your oversoul and then expressing it through your reality with their return. And this is the atomic level of your personal creation. This is how you are communicating with your quantum aspects of self on a physical level, on a subtle level. And this is why your authenticity is so important. It ensures that you are on your most authentic and aligned timeline. It doesn't matter if what is authentic in that moment is good or bad, beautiful or ugly, happy or painful. What matters is that it is true. By honoring where you are, when you are, you stay in alignment, you stay in your truth. And when you take the time to harmonize certain frequencies in your field, it is felt, it is heard, it is received by your highest self, by your oversoul, by your soul's level of creation. So as you affirm new truths to your being through mantras and affirmations and the rewriting of limiting beliefs, as you anchor in higher frequencies through emotional release practices, manifestation techniques, visualization, whatever it might be, you are anchoring these frequencies in on a cellular and atomic level, relayed to your oversoul in the quantum or beyond, and then projected back through your reality. Feel the cyclical and the spiral nature of this energy transmission that is you, that is your life and your creation. Deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Feeling the spiral transmission of self, of soul. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, surrender even deeper into this spiral awareness. I give you a few minutes here in this space to create or simply exist as you desire. Just a few more moments here. Taking a few deep breaths to anchor yourself back in your own body and field in the here and the now. Retaining your multidimensionality as you return, retaining your infinite nature as you come back, breathing it into you. Exhale, integrating it. Closing out the energetic connection here if you desire, or you can stay here for a bit longer, or maybe for your night's rest ahead of you or your day ahead of you, whenever you're doing this practice. It is your discretion when you choose to disconnect from the Dragons of Arcturus, giving our thanks, our love, our gratitude, our appreciation to the Dragons of Arcturus, to ourselves, to all who have gathered here to do this activation, to be themselves, to live in their highest truth. We thank you and we love you. Sending you so much love and happiness. Thank you for joining me today for this channeled message, for this activation. It is beautiful to meet you here in this space, and I hope that it serves you well. Namaste.